Hey, what is up, guys? Today I am bringing you a very good RU match against Ninty Fan from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. So, as you can see from the team preview, I really don't have anything for Aggron except my Pharaoh Seed, so we'll kind of have to keep that alive. And seeing how he leaves with Drapion, I'm gonna need to go for the final gambit on my Excel Gourd because I do not want any Toxic Spikes on my team, because the only Pokemon that is not affected by it is Pharaoh Seed. So I do take it out with the final gambit, and I send out my Pharaoh Seed as he switches in his Sigilif, but he switches out into Poliwrath, and I switch out into my Munchlax. So thinking he's a sub punch set, I just stay in and go for the body slam, but he shows me he's a circle throw set, so that means he is going to be a rest talk set, which is not that much of a threat. So he phases in my Pharaoh Seed, and I go for the Stealth Rocks knowing he will go for another Circle Throw. So I get some Iron Barb's recoil damage off, and I get phased out into my Rotom Cut. So he switches out into a Sceptile, and probably predicting the Thunderbolt, which is exactly what I do. I don't really want to make any bold predictions this early into the game. I don't know how good of a player he is, but he is pretty good. But he goes for the hidden power on my Munchlax, and it does nothing. So he switches out into his Aggron as I go into the Whirlwind, predicting his switch because he cannot do anything. So I phase him out into his Poliwrath, which isn't the greatest of switches because he can just go for the Waterfall or the Circle Throw just to get some damage off on me. So I just go for the Whirlwind again, and I keep on phasing pokes out that I do not want to be switched in. So I switch out into my Pharaoh Seed, and he goes for the Head Smash, and that does quite a bit of damage against a move that I resist, and he has the Life Orb recoil, so he is Life Orbed, obviously. So he switches out into his Electros as I go for the Thunder Wave, just predicting a switch. So I do indeed paralyze him, so I go for the Leech Seed. I know Electros's carry Flamethrower, but I kind of was predicting he wouldn't go for it. So he just goes for the U-turn and switches out back into his Sigilif and gets the Flame Orb. So he is going to Psycho Shift this turn, and I just go on to my Munchlax because I don't really have anything else that wants to take a burn. And Munchlax can indeed take it because this turn I can go for the rest. And he's going to start setting up Cosmic Powers, which I don't really get because Munchlax is a great special wall, especially with the Eviolite. So even if he's at +6, the stored power will not do any damage. Well, obviously it'll hurt me a little bit, but I assume it will be a 3-hit KO at +6. So I go for the rest talk, and I pull the body slam, which it doesn't do anything because he is at +2. And watch, the stored power at +2 does like an 1/8, so I'm not really scared of it. And this turn I pull a Whirlwind on the Sleep Talk, so I phase him out once again into his Poliwrath, and he's just I wake up, I go for the body slam, and I get the paralyze. So that paralyze rate on body slam is very helpful. So I love running it on any poke I can get it. So I Whirlwind, I phase him out into his Aggron, and I'm always pulling these unlucky phases. So he switches out into his Electros as I switch out and go on to my Pharaoh Seed. So this turn I kinda knew he was going to, but I didn't want to switch out, so he goes for the Flamethrower on the Electros as I get off the Leech Seed, and that is definitely one dead Pharaoh Seed. And I did not really want to switch out, as I said, because I kinda wanted to bring in the poke safely. And right here, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty good prediction as I go for the Ice Punch as he switches out into his Sigilif. I knew he would switch out because a close combat or a Mach Punch would not do anything to an Electros, so I think that was a pretty good play. But right afterwards, of course, I would make a dumb play. I stand as he goes for the Leaf Storm on his Sceptile. I could have gone into my Munchlax or my Rotom Cut to retake it and get the -2, but I don't know why I stayed in, honestly. So I just go for the Thunderbolt as he switches out into his Electros, which isn't too terrible. I mean, at this point, it's kind of looking bad for me, so I go onto my Munchlax because I know whatever he does, it will not do that much to me because Munchlax is a pretty good special wall, and I can just phase him out whatever he does to me. And again, I phase him out into his aggron. As he shows me Automize, this isn't too much of a problem as long as I can keep this Munchlax healthy and absorb one hit. So that's exactly what I do. I go for the rest and get all my HP back, and he goes for that head smash. I was thinking I wouldn't live, but Munchlax, he is proving to be a great wall in the rarely used metagame, as I live with 65 HP because of the Eviolite, and I pull a body slam on the Sleep Talk and I get a paralyzed. So that is pretty great. That kind of negates his automized boost, and that's going to be an easy way for me, for my Gorbis to come in and revenge kill it with the Surf. And here, this is the clutch time of the game where I can't predict this wrong. So I go for the Shell Smash on my Gorbis, predicting a U-turn or a switch, and guess what he does? He goes exactly for the U-turn right here. So this just right here secured me the match, unless his Skeptile was scarfed. So it all comes down to here, and I do win the speed, no, not the speed tie, but I do outspeed him. So that will be the game, as I can just take out his Poliwrath with a Hidden Power Grass. So my Gorbis gets a little mini sweep here, and I don't know why, but I like to run Gorbis over Omastar because it's not weak to the Mach Punch priority, so it's kind of more of a steadier option for me. So that'll be the game for me. I believe it was a 2-0, so that was a great game, Ninty fan. And the comment question of the day today is, what is your favorite boosting move? Mine is Swords Dance because I love the extra damage, and the pokes I usually have an acceptable speed. So leave your answer in the comment section below, and leave a like, comment, rating, or a sub if you enjoyed. So that'll be it out of me. See you guys later.